immediately into the loser's semi. Both side building a mirrored builds there. So FlyingDiarrhea decided to go for the Canon SDPC, the vanilla SDPC even. But Twilight Sparkle misdropping their pieces, having to break that surge early. FlyingDiarrhea, despite not finding the pressure, is actually relatively clean. Like they're building on top of this LST or 2-7 board. Finding a few all spin way in there, continuing their back-to-back train. Breaking at 30, sending a Holy Roman Empire to Twilight Sparkle. Going into the second round, both sides opening similarly here, but FlyingDiarrhea stacking up really fast. Unfortunately, getting pressured really fast as well. Finding a down stack to survive, but Twilight Sparkle building on this LST kind of board and sending their surge over, trying to pressure right on time there. But still, FlyingDiarrhea surviving, finding this really cool survival. Twilight Sparkle just dropping a few Ps, having to dig through those self-made chi. Still, now moving into 9-0, having to break surge to get through that Prophecy TSD there. Now getting a clean well. But FlyingDiarrhea sending this pressure, a lot of pressure. Building on top of that well there, but getting back into 9-0, building that Kaidan and finding a really clean back-to-back continuation as well, breaking that immediately as I said it, but still. Both sides are relatively clean, but Twilight Sparkle is in a slightly precarious situation. Still finding a way out regardless. FlyingDiarrhea kept up this pressure. Building up a TSD on top of that well there. Another TSD into a quad. Now another TSD. Getting that mini in. And Twilight Sparkle is in a back-to-back deficit. Trying to pressure FlyingDiarrhea into breaking it. And breaking it they did. Down stacking, sending 27 line. That 27 spike was enough to top out FlyingDiarrhea. 1-1. Both sides opening similarly, but Twilight Sparkle deciding to go for the vanilla SDPC. But Twilight Sparkle timing that garbage and sending it over into FlyingDiarrhea, but unfazed, still finding a way out over here in FlyingDiarrhea's side. Sneaking in a few all spin there, trying to cheese Twilight Sparkle slightly, and cheese it they did. But Twilight Sparkle cleaned it up immediately. FlyingDiarrhea now on the offensive. Having 7 back over. But now breaking that surge, making them on the defensive here, but yeah, couldn't find a way out in time. FlyingDiarrhea was really pressured there. Building up SDPC spin on both sides, mirroring each other's build actually. But FlyingDiarrhea finds a much more cleaner upstack into that all spin double TSD build and managed to top out Twilight Sparkle. That's really impressive find there. FlyingDiarrhea building on this MS2 I assume, but getting out pressured really quickly, but yeah. Both sides pressured each other just in time. This is neck and neck. Oh, Twilight Sparkle misdropping opener, but building donation on top of that. Still trying to find a way out here. Having to stack on top of their well. Unfortunately, got topped out by Flying Diarrhea there. Back to tie. Flying Diarrhea misdropping opener, but still finding a clean upstack. Both player waiting here. Stymil send there, but still it was still impressive find. Twilight Sparkle having to deal with this misdrop shenanigans cleanly, but Flying Diarrhea still didn't have the pressure. But right now, sending the pressure as I speak. Building up this surge, really fast surge. Twilight Sparkle is in the deficit, trying to find a really good board state to survive this pressure. Flying Diarrhea upstacking upwards of a 20 back-to-back, sending the intercontinental ballistic missile over to Twilight Sparkle. Getting the lead back again. Flying Diarrhea building this really fast LST. Having to bail out of it, but still finds a clean upstack afterwards. Pinning that S-space in, trying to find a continuation to that upstack. Using the TS overhang there, but find a really clean downstack. Catching Twilight Sparkle off guard. All sides opening with similar opener, I assume mirrored as TPC spin. Still, Flying Diarrhea decided to upstack a little more, finding more pressure, sending this double TSD into double quad, I assume there. Oh my god. Flying Diarrhea having this really clean upstack. Pressuring Twilight Sparkle. And Twilight Sparkle find the momentum back again. The lead is getting bigger and bigger. Timing their garbage there, but unfortunately couldn't find the combo down stack over Twilight Sparkle side. But still finding this relatively clean upstack, having to break surge. Slowly making sure they have a clean board. Trying to make sure they can out pressure Flying Diarrhea here, and out pressure they did. Flying Diarrhea couldn't find the answer to that pressure. Twilight Sparkle climbing this point deficit slowly but surely. Flying Diarrhea building this 7-2 stack with a bunch of all spins. Breaking that surge with slight combo there. Still, Twilight Sparkle finding this back-to-back into a explosive surge break there. It wasn't enough to do anything. Oh wait, it was enough. The after pressure was enough. Impressive find by Twilight Sparkle there. The pressure was really good. And still, Flying Diarrhea building this LST, going against Twilight Sparkle SDPC residue, I assume, but Twilight Sparkle is in the back-to-back deficit, trying to find a clean board state, trying to tank this or cancel it. And find it they did. Wasn't enough to cancel it evenly, wasn't enough to cancel it all, but still enough to tag some cleans. Couldn't spin that ass in, wasn't even a kick, but Flying Diarrhea, greeding for that TSD, finds a clean way out regardless. Now, Twilight Sparkle greeding for that TSD and down stacking immediately afterwards. Oh, Flying Diarrhea. Use the T to downstack that, but not downstack, but it was a skim. Fortunately, it covered there well. Now both tied once more. Flying Diarrhea hold on to their lead. Playing upwards of a 4.5 PPS. Fortunately, having to break surge there due to the immense amount of pressure coming from Apple. I'm sorry, coming from Twilight Sparkle's side. Fortunately, the eyepiece misdrop was too bad for Flying Diarrhea there. Finally, Twilight Sparkle taking the lead. The triple double opener on both sides here. Oh, Twilight Sparkle misdropping the J, but find a really good residue afterward. Flying Diarrhea building this STSD into quad, sending 14 lines, but still, Twilight Sparkle is really clean on their board. Flying Diarrhea kept up their pressure here, but being pushed up, having to break surge, trying to find a cleaner upstack. Slowing down there, but it wasn't enough of a punish. Twilight Sparkle misdropping their piece. Fortunately, couldn't find a down stack in time. It was a harsh eyepiece misdrop there. Both sides going with the same opener, but different residue afterward. Flying Diarrhea kept on going with the back-to-back train. Just a little bit longer and then breaking it immediately. Still, Flying Diarrhea building this top of their well and actually finding a really fast, clean way out there. Flying Diarrhea finally taking back the lead. Twilight Sparkle misdropping their opener. And unfortunately, it was too fast. The queue wasn't kind to them as well. It was unfortunate. Like Diarrhea building up this, going for similar opener, but Flying Diarrhea going for the STPC spin. The after pressure was really big, but Twilight Sparkle have a defense ready. Still, is it enough of a defense? No. Fortunately, no. A really fast pressure from Flying Diarrhea there. Twilight Sparkle building on this 6-3. Having to open with the 6-3 and having to counter this Flying Diarrhea build. It was a slight 4 wide there from Flying Diarrhea power stack, but only sends a little bit of cheese over to Twilight Sparkle's side. Flying Diarrhea timing that garbage, but timing that attack, but Twilight Sparkle still having relatively clean board, trying to find defense, trying to keep themselves in the game, trying to stay alive, having to break their surge there. Trying to find an answer to Flying Diarrhea's immense pressure, but having to clean their board state here over in Flying Diarrhea's side, it's really making them lose their momentum. Both sides is in even ground, but Twilight Sparkle is not finding any surge. Unfortunately, that does it. GG's to both sides. Really good